So you might be thinking from this title, things in your relationship like communication. Maybe it's like tangible things like texting or calling or dates or something like that. And it's not going to be. It's going to be much more valuable to you than that, believe it or not. Who am I to talk about this? I'm Coach Paula Grooms, a dating and relationship coach, licensed social worker, and author of the book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. This idea of necessary and not necessary is an important one that you can institute right away in your relationship and in your dating as well. Very important, actually, when you just start dating. And that is, what is necessary for the man to hear and know versus not necessary? You see, we as women, we want to connect and we want to share. And we hear all this stuff in our society about communication and sharing. And I have to say that if I could change one thing for women and young women to know, and this, many women will tell you, it's funny, in my coaching, when I'm talking to women, they'll say, you're saying what my mother has always said. My grandmother has said. Yes, it's because women know, who have been in relationships for very long times, who have been in and out of relationships, they come to a knowing that if we can impart it to younger women, those women will have such an easier time. Now, is this good news? Is it something that we would really like to be the case? Not necessarily. We're talking about what's necessary. Many times this information comes as a disappointment, and it can be. But when we try to go against existing reality of what men are and what women are, and what makes a man feel he's connected to you and want to be in a relationship with you, that is going to be super important for you to know. And I can tell you that if you discern what is necessary and not necessary when you are involved with a man, it is super important for you to know that many things that you want to connect on and tell him about and share about your past relationships, about men, about sex with other men, anything about other men, it's usually not at all necessary and can actually be detrimental. Also, just details and minutiae of situations where you're talking with the man, this can also be not necessary. I want you to think of baseline it for me. That can be for your man. If you just do a little less, you will do yourself such a favor. So, to make this one short today, it is not necessary to be sharing all that you feel compelled to because you want to connect. If you're going to do that, you do that with other women. Because that's how we communicate. It's how we connect, through verbalization. It takes it to another level when you are talking about men, past relationships, even just, this man noticed me, and this man this, and my boss made a comment about this. It's not gonna help you. It's gonna distance your man from you. Because it will make him question things. Question in a way that isn't making him wonder, which is a good thing. I talk about that all the time. My podcasts make him wonder. It is questioning. Questioning is not wondering. The questioning is more confusion and not feeling good. Wondering is wondering about when you look into your pet's eyes. just wondering what it thinks and feels. When you're out in nature and just wondering about, you're awestruck about nature, that's wondering, not confusion. And questioning. And a man will question when you give him a lot of unnecessary information. He'll question this, whether or not you're really a right match for him. You think you're connecting and sharing. He's going to be wondering whether or not you're really the right match. If you talk to a degree whereby the details and the minutia of something, and he needs to just be bottom line, because that's the male brain, most generally speaking, in gross generalizations, you hurt yourself. So just today, tonight, right now, and especially in text, if you're doing something in text, make sure you think, is this really necessary? Or am I just doing this to connect because it makes me feel good? Turn it around and make him feel good by taking out the unnecessary information and completely leaving out any information about past relationships, men, dating, sex. Don't be lured into that. When he asks, be vague. And if you haven't watched it, go to my video now. I'll put it in the description. Being vague and how important it is, and more information on how to do that. So, hope this was helpful. I trust that it is. Make sure you check me out on Instagram and at makehimwonder.com, and listen to the Make Him Wonder podcast. Go to the playlist here, take a listen, and I trust you are going to be a Wonder Woman in your relationships with men. Until next time. I trust you got a lot of good information from today's video, and I enjoy bringing you content that is valuable for success in your romantic life. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the alert bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want more on any of the content you see here, you can go to my book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. You can order it at any fine retailer where you get your books. And if you want more on me or any of my programs, my podcast, go to coachpaulagrooms.com, and we could be talking soon.